Welcome back to Better Call Saul, where we secede from the Union every day of the week. Uh, this
I
is
give
the
you $1 million if you spread this video review to your friends. 500 now, 500 when your friends get here.
yes.
What is this shit? It's not money.
So money, yes. So this is episode 5. I thought the episode was named Jello, but it's apparently named Alpine Shepherd Boy.
Do you want to know why? You're gonna love this. Do you know why they changed the episode title?
Why?
Because Jello was copyrighted, and so the people that own the copyright of Jello wouldn't allow them to use the title name.
Derp.
Had to change it.
That's so
I mean, because we got to the end of the episode, I'm like, oh, that's why it's called Jello.
That's so stupid. It's the name of an episode. Oh my god, oh, you have to pay us money. That's so dumb, but whatever. I guess it's Alpine Shepherd Boy now, so whatever. But, so this episode, we had a couple different plot events. I'd say the two main ones, and then there's one at the end. The two main ones is Saul kind of working off of the recognition he got for saving the guy in the last episode from the billboard.
All the crazy people that contacted him.
And then the second plot point is Chuck being hospitalized after the police kick in his door in a pretty forceful kind of way. I was kind of reminded, I was like, oh yeah, because he stole a woman's newspaper because she saw him do it. I was like, oh, I mean, I didn't know she'd care really that much about someone.
It was more the fact that he looked like a crazy person than the fact that he stole it.
Yeah, because he had all the wires ripped out for the phone and everything, and so they came in, they're like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah, they thought he was like a druggie.
Yeah, and so that happened, so Chuck gets brought in, and like they said in the doctor's office, the only way they could contact him was through, what the hell's that guy's name? The one that... Hamilton, yeah. And so, yeah, I remember Saul was pissed about that. He's like, I had to hear this through my business associate, and so... Interesting thing, I don't know how you guys feel about the whole thing where if he commits Chuck, like Hamilton doesn't get like the money that's left over or something. Like I guess there's some sort of...
If he commits Chuck,
money
if he commits Chuck, then Saul becomes basically in control of all of Chuck's money. So like he could just write him out and get the money. And Hamilton obviously doesn't want that.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Pete, before?
No, I was basically gonna say that very much. But yeah, it still seems like this Hamilton ordeal. There does seem to be a lot more plot things coming at you. Like whenever Hamilton showed up, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that they were doing this whole money scam thing.
Right.
But then you seen but then they kind of, that plot kind of died after a while. Like once Chuck got back home. Which by the way, how did he get home? How do you get from the hospital to this house? If he can't have, if he has, what would he say, electromagnetic sensitivity or hypersensitivity?
I don't know, just throw that stupid blanket over his head, make him go to sleep, and then have him wake up when he comes back at the house. I don't know, I'm assuming. I guess it was too much to deal with to have to film all of that of his whole freaking ordeal of going back and stuff.
It's got tasers as well. No tasers, especially no tasers. If you just seen the cops bring out their taser guns, you're like, oh no.
Because as soon as he said that, they're immediately thinking that he's gonna try and attack them. So of course they're gonna take out their weapons.
Like, yeah, that was funny though, because he was almost he was talking to nobody. He was talking to one cop and he was talking to nobody.
Yeah,
he was just reading.
Kept on talking. I would say this is probably the funniest episode out of the 5 so far. Like the first episode had its funny moments, but the first 10 minutes of this, as well as the montage that I'm sure we're gonna mention.
The crazy
after.
people that he went to, as a result of the fucking billboard thing, was insane. Like the first guy who wanted to secede from the United States and make his own like sovereign nation, the fucking like ultra conservative like redneck.
Yeah, I was like, George Bush, is that you? Like we were looking at it, and he looked like, because he had the fucking
George Bush. It's his long lost.
I've been challenged. Oh my god! And then the old lady who took like 8 years to get down the fucking stairs.
Oh no! There's a guy before that.
Yeah, the crazy perverted.
Oh, the
shitter.
toilet.
Oh, fill me up. You're so big. Oh my god.
That was probably the funniest moment out of like any Better Call Saul episode so far.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's the toilet.
Saul's just looking at it.
It just kept going, and it's like, oh my god, it's like how much worse can it get?
Yeah, Saul was just
like imitate the actions. Like he actually started mouthing what the toilet was gonna say. Like he knew it off by heart. he like, rubbed his tummy whenever he did, and Saul was just looking at this guy like, what are you doing?
I thought,
Like,
well, the thing is, I didn't, before I knew he was serious, I thought it was like some sort of sex toy or something, like something that we could be used in a sexual way, and I didn't know if that was what he made, but then I was like,
it was for his kids.
I know, and then I was like, oh wait, it's a real thing, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so dumb, and obviously Saul thought the same thing. I was like, what the fuck?
You're gonna, hopefully it does so well, because you're gonna have to use that money for therapy on your kids.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we got to the old lady, which kind of solidifies what Saul does now. Well, like, at the current
It was
moment.
kind of funny because I knew what all those things were. Because my grandma collects Hummel figures, which are really high quality German porcelain, and they're actually really expensive, which is why she was willing them to her grandchildren. But it was kind of funny, like how long it fucking took her. It's like, oh, do you want me to get your tea? No, no, no.
Yeah. Let me see. Pete, what did you think about? I know we're jumping to the end here. Just really briefly, the thing with Mike, how we got to see instead of just one conversation at the toll booth, because now obviously it was. I love the scene where Saul gives him the card. And he's like, I'm doing elderly now. And Mike just gives him this look like, what are you trying to say about me? And then Saul's like, oh, wait, no, that's just in case you know anybody who would want my card. And it was just, then he drives away. And so I was wondering what you thought about the scene where we have Mike, where, like, he's almost like staking out someone's, it's almost like his stakeout car. I don't know if that's the same car from Breaking Bad, but he was in that. But he was in that car.
Yeah, like he had a lot of like cryptic like parts from it, because like the final like 5 minutes of that episode, you're kind of looking at it like, okay, what is? So, I mean, I'm sure it's all going to be explained in the next episode. But what do you have? Like, as soon as Saul drove away, the camera's stuck with Mike, and I was just thinking, oh, we're going to get some more Mike. Like, we're actually going to get to see his legs. Maybe. Oh no, Saul's legs never gave Saul the armbar. I apologize. But we're actually going to see him away from this toll booth, and then sure enough, he leaves in like the morning. Then he drives to this woman's house, or
we're thinking that it might be his daughter. It might be his daughter or someone that he knows, because when she drove by, she stopped and she looked at him and she knew him. So like obviously it's someone he knows.
So now Pete, before you go any further, we're gonna tell you what the previews said. Okay.
Okay.
So in the previews, Mike calls up Saul and wants his help. Because apparently, did they say that his son was killed? And
yes. They said that his son was killed.
His son was killed, and there's something.
What?
And there's something. So basically, it's basically Mike wants Saul's help, and they're gonna try to get to the bottom of whatever this conflict is.
Because the cop that comes up to the door is someone that he worked with. Because he's like, "Oh, you've traveled a long way to be here."
Yeah, I didn't know if that was his partner. Remember in the Breaking Bad?
Someone that he worked with, at least. Someone that he knows from the past.
Yes, so those are the AMC teasers that we got. They were pretty big. Usually you don't get big ones, but that was pretty big of what's going to happen. So it's going to be a very Mike-centered episode next time. So I guess that'll be a really good one. So
yeah. So okay, well now we know that. So at least now we know that the police probably arrived there to tell him the bad news that his son was killed. So are you saying that the alleged daughter that he was spying on, do you think that was the one that had the granddaughter that you see in Breaking Bad?
That's what I was trying to say to Jack, because he gives all of his money to the granddaughter. Well, that's what he was trying to do after Gus was killed. That's what I was assuming, because the house looked similar to the house that he went to, because there were a few scenes in Breaking Bad where we see Mike go to this house where his granddaughter is and stuff. And I was like, oh, that looks like the house. I'd have to watch the Breaking Bad episode back where that happens, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But I want to say it is. So, but yeah, that's what I think is that's my prediction, at least, for that.
Alright, well, it was good to see some some Mike action finally after like 5 episodes. We finally got to see a bit more of what he's doing. But yeah, I'm more looking forward to the next episode to see Jonathan Banks fully enjoy himself in a full episode instead of having. I mean, Saul's good and all, but I mean, after having five or 6 episodes of literally just him. Like, sure you had that Chuck scene at the end of the last episode, but like for the most part, every single scene has been like all about Saul for the most part, and so it's good to finally see the focus being turned. Because in Breaking Bad, sure you had Walt, but then you also had Jesse's side. Then later on you had Saul's side, you had Gus's side. Yeah, you had all these different perspectives, so it wasn't all about Walter. Whereas this show, it was all about Saul for the biggest amount of time, and now we're finally starting to move towards other people. So Mike looks like he's gonna be one of the people.
So, do you think, just going forward, that Saul will have his brother committed? Or
I
either
don't think so.
you don't think so?
I mean, we did see though what what the doctor did. She turned on the power to the bed without Chuck noticing, and Chuck didn't respond. So like obviously we know now that it's in Chuck's head. Confirmed it's not, you know. So with that in mind, like we don't know if because Saul was talking to I always forget that girl's name.
I have no idea.
Yeah, the one he works with, the
Yeah.
one that doesn't really like Hamilton. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The family, you know, friend, romantic interest, whatever it is. But he was talking to her, and she wants, you know, she was saying that she wants him to get Chuck help because it can be done possibly. So I don't think he'll have him committed. He was just saying that as a power move to go against Hamilton because he just wants to piss Hamilton off because he has really no ammunition against him. So he has this one one thing really with Chuck.
Yeah, but is he actually going to go ahead and risk that one thing just to know? I kind of agree. I don't think he'll do it unless something mad happens and he has to do it. Like his hands are tied and he has to do it. Like say like the cartel goes after him or something weird like that. Then I don't see how Saul, in his current state of mind, would do something like that.
Yeah,
But
we
you
didn't
never
see
know. They were
Nacho.
Breaking Bad after all, so.
We didn't see Nacho in this episode at all, so it's kind of that. I don't know if he'll ever come back or if he'll still want to get vengeance. So I don't know.
He's probably just in the background. He'll come back eventually.
Yeah.
Or the skater kid. Those are my favorites.
We'll have to see them limping around. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, there probably will be a scene where they come back and they're like, "Hey, what the hell, man?" Blah 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 or whatever. Yeah. So.
I thought we might have seen them whenever they were in the hospital. Whenever Saul and what's their face were in the hospital.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought I'd seen him like even if it was just a little thing like he might like walk past them or something like that. That would have been pretty interesting. But no, they're not showing us them yet or at all. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can we talk about the Jello montage?
That was beautiful.
Where his name is on the bottom of the fucking
Oh my
cup,
God.
and then he goes around his
know,
little white.
Call McGill.
He comes around with a little white suit, and he's like, "Hey."
Yeah, he was looking back at like old law footage, and he was trying to like appeal to like the old timers, like you know.
You guys like that grey white suit and like is walking around like trying to flatter all these old people, which are like the old people that, unless they're like crazy racist or like insane like Hector was, then you know if elderly people are very easy to please, so you just walk around, shake their hand, give them a compliment or two, and they he's already got
it's
like
actually a
plenty
pretty
of
smart business plan because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of potential business there if he wants to write wills and whatnot. So.
Yeah, but now begs the question: will we see another Breaking Bad character returning in the form of Hector? But I don't think I've got my I don't think.
Oh,
So.
Salamanca? Nah, I don't know, but I'm not
sitting in the corner ringing the damn bell.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Tuco would still be protective of his family, kind of thing. Cause
Yeah, it seems like his mother is the big focus in Better Call Saul. It's not until Breaking Bad that he starts focusing a lot on his on Hector, who's his uncle, I think. So
yeah, it's his Tio. Yeah.
that might be an interesting thing, like because once again, this looks like where Saul's gonna go for his plan, for his law plan. Maybe an encounter with Hector might make him a bit less, keen to go down that route. You never know, but it could be an interesting area to go into.
Yeah. It's always, I think, bringing them up in the right situation is the best move, as we've seen.
It just seems like Saul's going through a few phases. Like they had the initial phase of not no one respecting him. Then he had the Kettleman phase, and now he's having this elderly phase. It's like where he's going with his law.
Yeah, and now he might have this Mike phase, which might be completely different. We'll see
so
how
you never know what might happen. Like, is he going to drop his his will? Right? What do they call it again? Like, I think there's a name for it. It was elderly something, and I can't remember it now.
Elderly
care, but like
something like that.
Work. Yeah. So I wonder what's going to happen. That's going to change his mind because he's not going to keep with that. He eventually goes into full criminal business.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not sure. In terms of scores, what would you guys say for this? Just because of the diversity of things going on, what would you say would be an appropriate score to give this episode?
I give it an 8.5, I think.
8.5? Yeah, I'll go with the same. 8.5 seems to be a fair score for what they discussed. Not very... It was heavy, But I mean, there were obviously some slower moments, but obviously to
I'm really looking
reinforce.
forward to next episode.
Yeah, next one seems to be good because we're gonna have a staple character and lots of development with that. How about you, P? What would you?
I don't know because I'm not gonna lie, this was probably the weakest episode for me so far
Yeah.
because I know that I'm sounding really bad here because I started off like 9.5, and now here I am, it's good. But I'm just thinking back to it, and like I don't know, a lot of the stuff that happened, like the first 10 minutes were hilarious and funny and all and all. But like after that, I mean, it was quite a lot of just exposition, like quite a lot of this is Chuck. You finally find out what happened to him. Thankfully, you know what his issue is because for a long time we were hypothesizing: did he get hit by lightning? Did something else happen? Did this, that, the other? And then, yeah, it turns out it is electromagnetic hypersensitivity. Ugh, try saying that 5 times. I was thinking, but yeah, apart from that, apart from the mic stuff at the end, I don't think it was juicy enough for me to really, enjoy it as much. So, and I'm gonna go slightly lower than what I went last time. Last time I went 8. I think I'm gonna go. Are we doing decimals?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
7.7. Oh, okay, 7.75. I can't stress myself to go to 7.5, so I'll just give it the quarter.
All right, that's
think-
fine. We got to be critical.
Seven-
We got to be critical, and we got to be critical. It's good.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
I'm thinking way too hard about these flipping scores, but I don't care.
That's
I don't
fine.
look back and see like how my scores have evolved over the course of the series.
Exactly.
But I think next episode is looking to be a good one. I think though,
Yeah.
so that might make up for it.
Next episode, the dynamic might be different, just because Jack and I aren't going to be in the same setting. But we'll see if we can make it work. Obviously.
We have it for the next episode. Is
Huh?
it another like or like?
What the hell is the name of the next episode? I'm not sure.
That's what we're starting to do now. We're starting to like.
I'm not.
Bring in.
Let me see here. Oh, not Breaking Bad. I searched Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad.
In the meantime, let's talk more about that sex twirler. I loved how his son was called Chandler, which was obviously like a reference to Friends that would have been big in like 2002.
Yeah.
He named been some.
Oh, it is.
Oh, really?
5-0. 5-0.
5-0?
Yeah, almost like
what?
the cops kind of thing, like 5-0.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
police,
okay.
The 5-0, the
So
fuzz.
it's probably gonna be a lot of cop stuff there then.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, Mike was in a interrogation room, so like, there's obviously something's going down. That's why Saul is called in because he's, his consultant.
Yep. So, all right. Well, it looks like we've got another O episode. This one would have been fucking Jello if the company hadn't been. I do like their products, nothing against them, but yeah. So,
Gramps
all right.
supports the
People
Jello.
also like their
Yes, Gramps.
products.
All Gramps supports Jello. Yes. So. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.